to the sounds of the revolution. Everybody's out on the street tonight. Yeah, everybody's cool. Everything's alright. You better pray that your old man don't get home tonight. Let me drive my car where the wild things are. I've got my green limousine. Everyone's a star, but they won't get far without a green limousine.
Okay, welcome to this episode of I Call Bulls, the Virago sessions. This is, I think, number 4. This is my jig to get this baby out of the end of this wonderful fork, because what is going on, let me show you. Inside of there is this. Well, what it does, I don't know. I don't know anything about the makeup of these forks. But in there is this baby. Last week I told you it was a 19mm. It was not a 19mm. I put a 19mm in there and it just spun. So let's have a look. I'm at work at the moment, trying to get this out. It's the weekend. So let's have a look what size that is. So that's 7/8 in the old money or 22 in the new. So can you see down in here? Down the end there, which I don't know if we can see. Let's have a look. Let's try and do this. Where's me? Oh yeah, there you go. Down there, which it won't focus on. All the way in there is this Duvalaki here. So I've got to sit that on there and then get a number 7, is it? Number 8mm Allen socket. I don't have words today, and that's how I'm doing it. So that's my elaborate setup. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'll cut you back on. So after I do that, I've got to, that'll disconnect this bit, that'll all come out. I've got to process. I'll film the whole process actually. All right. Step 1 is getting that baby out there. I have this new phone and I'm learning all the wonderful things that it can do. I will never reach its full potential though. I know that. Okay. I believe that's in. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Feels like it's coming out. Looks like it's coming out. Rightio, it's coming out. So what's today? Today is Saturday. Saturday is my day. Today is Saturday. So, this is, where are you? Where's my camera on this thing? This is a copper washer. You got to make sure you get the copper washer out as well. Today is Saturday. I rang the motorbike shop yesterday and it's like, hey mate, where's me tyres? He's like, oh, I left you a couple of messages. He's a good bloke. If he says he left me a couple of messages, he did, but I haven't received them. So I don't know what that's all about. But it didn't really matter because I wasn't ready for them, because this weather has been holding me up on all my painting and stuff. So All that to say that my tyres are in. So in this episode, you'll get to see something I haven't yet seen, which is very cool. I hope that these go back in a lot easier than they came out, because that was a bit of bull dust. Didn't appreciate that. Looks like they put some kind of a thread locker on there, maybe, which I don't actually think is necessary. Yeah, it definitely feels like there's something in there. Anyway, now I'm done with that monstrosity. We can get on with this. Where are you going to see it the best? Yeah. So this is the dust cover, which is split. Originally I thought these were the fork seals, but no, they're just a dust cover. That comes off there. Right, I don't know if you can see the splits in that. All around this edge here. Where are you? All around this edge here. Right, so that's that. And then there is a snap ring in here, and I forgot all about that on the last one. So I was trying to rip this out. Trying to rip out this seal, and I hadn't got out the O-ring, the snap ring. So, no, that's coming out quite nice. Yeah. You've got to get all the way out there, you can't just get to there. And right, that came out lovely. I'm going to cut to a shot right now of what I did to the other one, because I completely forgot it was in there. That's the difference between remembering to take out that clip, and if you forget to take it out and you try to remove the seal, and then what that does is that forces that up into this notch here and twists the heck out of it, and then you can't get the fork seal back down so that you can get it out, and that's how that ends up looking. So now I've got to reconfigure that to look like that. Now, the trick to getting these seals out is doing this, ready? And that's it. Don't lose that little spacer. Okay. So, and then I can take, there's a washer, there's a seal, there's this brass bushing, and there's this doodad. So I'm not really sure what that's for. Maybe just, I don't know. I really don't know what that's about. But anyway, like I say, I don't know the anatomy of forks. I'm not a motorcycle mechanic. I'm barely a car mechanic, really. But you can get full rebuild kits for these things, like every component, apart from obviously the main body. Yeah. So all that being said, I'm going to now go back to my workshop, now that I've got that undone, and continue to prep those for paint. So just these legs, is that what they call it? They've got a name. I don't know what the name is. Maybe I'll look it up. But yeah, I'm going to paint them satin black and clean up the fork tubes because they've got a little bit of, I don't know if you can see, but they've got a little bit, yeah, there you go. They've got a little bit of, well, what is that stuff called? Rust. Man, I used to have words. Back when I was a young man, I was quite the wordsmith. Now I'm lucky if I can say my name. Anyway, alright. I will cut you back on when I'm in my shed, which is now. Alright. Now we can get on with getting these forks sorted out. I've got a bit of this off-cut pipe so that when it's time to put the seals back in, I can slide that down and use that to ram them back in. So there's all my parts. I'm going to get to sanding, which is very disinteresting, so I'm going to sand my fork legs, get them nice and ready for etch primer and black, and then I've got satin clear to go over the top once they're dry. I don't know if I'll be doing any painting tonight. The weather is hasn't really stopped me the rest of the week, but I don't like painting in this. Your paint does something called bloom, and it goes like a milky white effect, so it still looks black, but it'll have a milky white effect to it, and yeah, I don't know. But I'm running out of time for stuff, so yeah, we'll see. Alright, gotta get back into it. Just polishing up this fork tube. These rust pits are actually pretty bad. They're usually with surface rust. You can get like a scraper or back of a knife and just scrape them off, right? And it takes the nibs off, and then you give it a quick polish and it comes up. These are actually through the chrome. They've obviously been like it for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to orientate it so that they are against the neck. Oh, they're against the neck of the bike there, and kind of hide them as best I can, because yeah, there's no way of curing that without rechroming that I know of. So I'll do that. I'm doing them. I'm sitting there watching American Choppers. It's raining again, but got my heater on. We seem to have solved the blown fuse issue that keeps happening. So what a mess. I've got engrossed in a project, you see, so I forget to tidy up. They are painted, so I have etch primed black acrylic paint, and then so I've gone over them with the crystal clear white night acrylic satin. They're still wet, so they still look glossy-ish. I wonder if I shouldn't take them in front of the heater, actually. So everything has bloomed, but you know, it is what it is. I actually don't mind the look of bloomed. Can I show you what bloomed means? Yes, I can. So that is gloss black, or not gloss black anymore. That is black, right? But see how that looks milky? That's bloomed. Milky is, so what happens, if you want to know, if not, just skip it, I guess. So what happens is, acrylic dries very fast. It's very, very quick drying paint. And so as the thinners leaves it, it sucks in moisture. It's like almost an exchange. And yeah, as it's drying rapidly, it sucks that moisture out of the air and it causes that blooming effect. Again, I don't actually care. It doesn't really bother me on this particular project because I don't mind that look, and I think it will contrast with the glossy wheels and it'll look nice. It almost gives it like a grey effect, but if I don't like it, I can repaint them later, realistically. But it doesn't bother me that much. Not on these. Not on this project. If it was something I was going for a show condition or whatever, maybe. But I'm not. I'm just really happy that the bike is going back together. So a little bit of blooming in my fork legs doesn't bloom and bother me. So I put these fork legs in front of the heater, trying to get them to dry up because it is so wet and cold. I have polished up my headlight and made that very shiny and lovely. Look, it's a little bit pitted. I can't do much about that, but it's still very, very, very lovely. Especially when you pair it with my shiny tank. I'm very happy about all that. Done me muffler. Give that a good shine up. So yeah, it's just a matter of working through and tidying everything up now. Tyres on Tuesday apparently. So I'll have them Tuesday night. I should have them back on the bike. So I'm hoping that today's Saturday still. So I'm hoping to have the forks put back together. Look, I don't want to rush it. I don't want to put them together while it's still too soft, but I know me, so I probably will. But as long as they're together by Tuesday evening, and then when I get home after, because it's a TAFE week this week, once I get home after TAFE, I can put all me wheels and tyres and forks and stuff back on the bike, me front fender, if I've still got to sand back and buff. Yeah, so got to polish that brake up. Oh, I meant to paint these brake pads because they're ugly baby food. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm going in for dinner now, so I will catch you guys tomorrow. My friends the cockies are back, but they seem to be behaving themselves today. Not ditching their pine cones at my roof. We will see. The day is young and they are frisky. Anyway, we are back. Sunday today. Oh, look how shiny that. Oh, I love chrome. Look at that. That's pretty. Very, very pretty. Anyway. These things turned out great. That's a nice satin finish. So against the chrome of that and the gloss of that, it should be a beautiful, beautiful contrast. So I'm going to start putting the forks together. I won't film it because I've actually got to watch a YouTube video to remember how to do that. So I'm going to put them back together and then I'll put them back in the bike. And then what I think I'll do is just do a mock-up with that wheel so I can see what it looks like against it. So I can get myself excited. Today's mostly tidying up. I've got to see if I can solder an end on this so I can run my carburetor. Ooh, what's that? Yeah, so I can run my carby. I did have it jerry rigged before, but that decided it didn't want to work anymore. So carby, man, that stresses me out. But anyway, we'll get to it. Just like everything else on this bike, we'll take it one step at a time and just go through it. I'm going to whack American choppers on. We're doing the Mikey bike this week. My least favourite of all the American choppers bikes, but that's okay. And then, yeah, I'm going to watch a YouTube video while I put that together. Alright, I'll cut you back when I have forks in the hole. I was going to say the forks in place, but it just reminded me of that Muppet thing where it's like pigs in space. So forks in place.
Episode of Pigs in Space!
It's many, many hours later, but I have the forks in the hole. I had to go to town and do a heap of stuff, so that delayed me. Actually took very little time at all to get these forks done. I've been delaying doing these forks for years because it scared the life out of me because I just hadn't done it. I'm getting much better with that as I get older. But yeah, the delaying, that sucks. Now, I put the new seals in, but I have stuffed up. I ordered 2 sets of these seals thinking that it was a seal and a dust cap in each packet. And I paid a bit more money for it than I could have with the Chinese ones. Which these were probably made in China anyway. Oh no, these were made in Taiwan, so that's much better. Joking. But they didn't come with dust caps, did they? They just came with the regular frickin' seals, so I could have got away with 1 pack. And they were not cheap. So I've had to put my crappy seals back in. I'm not happy, Jan. Not happy, Jan, at all.
Jan? Jan? Where's our ad in the Yellow Pages directory?
Keep calm. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10.
Not happy, Jan!
But it is what it is. Unless the motorbike shop has a set of dust seals tomorrow when I drop me wheels in, that's what it's getting. But I like the look of it. And I like the look of that even better. That contrast is just fantastic. I've got some smudge marks from my fingers, but you get the gist of it. So, nice shiny red, shiny, I'm not going to say bumper then, it's not a bumper, mudguard, satin finish fork legs and chrome tubes. It's just lovely. It's just lovely, it is. So I'm very excited about getting my tyres on Tuesday. Very, very excited. This is going together smashingly. It's Friday night. Not that far off putting together the video, and we nearly didn't make it with the wheels and tyres this week because I was supposed to get the tyres fitted on Tuesday. I dropped the rims off Monday to find out that the guy who owns and runs the motorbike shop broke his leg on the weekend riding his motorbike. So I left them there till yesterday, and then I was wrestling with what to do. I went and saw them and they said, look, it'll be 6 weeks before he's able to be up and running again. So thankfully the other motorbike shop in town put the tyres on for me, and they did a really good job. They took a lot of care not to nick and scratch it. They are, where are they? They are Metzler, and they're the ME 888s. I think they're gorgeous. I absolutely love the tread on them. There is the rear one. I'm going to put that on in a minute. But just with the new, it's touching the ground there, but with the new, oh, zoom back out. Okay, with the new bearings in, it just rolls so nicely. There's no resistance there as far as like flicking it around. I'm having some issues with my Speedo drive. I've pulled it apart, cleaned it out, re-greased it. I've had a bit of a muck around with it, tried to get it working. It works, but not consistently. But I will see what that does once I torque everything and actually get it out and about and on a ride. You know, me spinning it here, it's not really a very good indication of whether or not it's going to work. I love, sorry for this unsteadiness, I absolutely love the contrast between the gloss, the tyre, the satin. But it's come up nice. So that's that. I will go and put the back one on, and then I will cut you back in. If you're wondering why all this is apart, my new risers came, not risers, yeah, my new risers came, and I'm trying to square all that up, get it more central and whatnot, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, I'll see you in a little while. I don't know if you remember or even if I filmed it, but it was a real mongrel to get this back wheel off, because the spline was stuck and it was full of gunk. I've just cleaned it out. I've cleaned out this in here as well. Bit of degrees, a bit of brake clean. Cleaned it up. I've still got to clean up around it a bit. But I did a bit of research and it says I need to put Molly? Yeah, Molly on it. Not a lot, just a little bit. Molly grease, EP3. So just on the splines, pretty much. Yeah. So I'll do that. I also, because I got the bigger tyre, because I've got the 150 over the 140, I have to take the spring off. So there's a little bit to do before I can fit it up, but I will get through that, and I will come back to you. Okay, I just put the new brake pads in. I wasn't even going to bother because I bought the shoes for the front, but then I looked at these and I thought they're not great, and I've got brand new ones, so don't be stingy. You don't want to be doing the job twice. Really simple. You pull it up off this front bit. This is the bit that twists to open it when you put your foot down. Alright, there you go. It just spreads them open. Alright, you pull them up off of that, and then you spread the back and pop them off, and then you pop this little, you see that little ridge bit there, right in there. You pop that into a spline, yeah, groove. Yeah, groove's the word. You pop that into the groove there, and then you just separate this and put it over that, and it all locks in place. Very simple. Well, that's in. It did fight me, and I said some naughty words, which is not cool, but it did get there in the end. I nearly dropped the bike about 6 times trying to do it on my uneven ground. But, you know what? Big deal. Took about an hour from start to finish to get this wheel in. Had to take that off. They never like going in between the swing arm, because you've got to get the, what is it called? You got to get the spline on this side into location, and to do that, it binds up. I find there might be a simpler way. I don't know it, but there might be. But let's face it, I probably won't have to do this for a very long time again. New brakes, new wheel bearings, grease spline, new tyre. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to do that for a very long time. Isn't that very pretty? I like it a lot. Let's get a bit of a front angle shot on this baby. If I can do it. It's a lot I need to clean up this weekend, eh? It's so bad. If I get time, I probably won't get time though. Yeah. That's my motorbike, everybody. And I really like it. I really, really like it. Alright, there she is. That's my bike, and I think it's very lovely. So possibly in the next one I will restitch the seat, or probably my wife will. She doesn't want to be on camera, I don't think, so we'll see how that goes. Wheels and tyres look great in my opinion, and that's the only one that counts because it's my bike. But yeah, tanks come up nice and shiny. Chrome's coming up nice and shiny. I've lost my little chrome bit off here, hold on. God, I'm groaning a lot now I'm older. My chrome's nice and shiny. I love how fat that tyre is. It feels that lovely. Yep. Very, very happy. Very happy. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Be kind to one another. It's free to be kind, and appreciate you watching. I'll catch you next week. Alright, be blessed.